Hurricane Sandy has caused 21 deaths across the Caribbean, damaged homes, and caused mudslides and floods. And now it's projected to potentially get even more severe. Current weather models show it arriving here in the mid-Atlantic sometime between Monday and Tuesday morning. Jason Samenow from our Capital Weather Gang joins us to kind of talk through the storm. Good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
And this first slide kind of shows what we're dealing with. It's really two storms, right?
That's right. We're looking at Hurricane Sandy right here just north of the Bahamas. This was as of about 10 a.m. this morning. Then we're looking at a cold front cutting through the Ohio Valley right now. These two systems are going to merge into a significant hurricane nor'easter hybrid. So a combination of the two storms somewhere between the mid-Atlantic and northeast coast.
It's coming right for us. And the second image is going to show us what that combination could do. These numbers are millibars of pressure. The lower the number, the bigger the storm, and these are historically low numbers.
That's exactly right. You're seeing a pressure of 934 millibars here in this particular simulation. And along the East Coast, we don't really have experience with storms this strong. If this storm were to make landfall at that intensity, or even an intensity of up to around 950, it would be historic in the record books. Not because it would be necessarily stronger than some of the hurricanes we've seen, but just because the storm is going to expand as it transitions into this nor'easter type storm, and the wind field will cover a very large area.
So that number, it's not because it's such a big hurricane, it's because of that combination of the two systems.
That's right. So basically, when that cold front cutting across the Ohio Valley and reaches the East Coast, when it interacts with the hurricane, it's going to be a collision between very cold, dry continental air and warm, moist tropical air, and that's going to cause the system to explosively develop a process that we sometimes refer to as bombogenesis.
Okay. Well, speaking of fancy names, our next slide talks about what do you call this thing? Is it a hurricane, a nor'easter? It's coming on Halloween potentially, so maybe that should play into the name. You guys did a poll.
Right, so Frankenstorm was a name which was coined by the National Weather Service in a technical discussion the other day.
But I actually voted for that one on your site, by the way.
Nice, so it's just alluding to the fact that yes, the storm is happening around Halloween, and the fact it's a transformative storm. It's transitioning from a hurricane into more of a mid-latitude nor'easter type system. Then you have Hurricane Sandy, which is the name of the storm which formed in the Caribbean by the National Hurricane Center. So that's the official name. And then a writer for the Wall Street Journal called it Snor'easter came because there's going to be a combination of snow from this system, and there'll be nor'easter impacts as well as hurricane type impacts. So it's three storms packed into one.
So let's take a look at when these impacts might make landfall here and everywhere else. And we should emphasize we're shooting this on Friday afternoon. Some people will be seeing it through the weekend. This is the best information we have at the moment.
That's right. And so, as I said, around right now, the storm is north of the Bahamas. It's going to move north and then take a slight jog to the northeast. But then, once it reaches the mid-Atlantic and or the northeast, it's going to take a sharp curve to the left and make landfall anywhere between the Virginia Capes and southern New England. The Delaware coast, New Jersey shore is right in the middle of that track. That's where we think landfall is most likely. But again, there's this big cone of uncertainty. So anyone from basically the outer banks of North Carolina to southern New England needs to be very closely watching the storm. And the other thing to emphasize is that impacts will be far beyond where the center of the storm strikes. Because it's such a large storm, it extends across 2,000 miles right now. Tropical storm force winds extend more than 200 miles from the center, so we can expect a significant impact over a very large area over the mid-Atlantic and northeast.
Here's the way to know how serious you think it'll be. Have you bought bottled water, milk and eggs?
Thinking about that for tomorrow on Saturday.
Okay, we may see you at the Safeway tonight.
Yes, we may well.
Jason, thanks a lot.
Thank you.